Good morning, good morning. Yeah, we need a little extra help this morning. I'm going to get this going on my Facebook page, Becky Piper Life is a Journey. If you also haven't followed me on YouTube and subscribed, please do. It's Becky Piper Life is a Journey. You should be able to find it there. I download my videos midday-ish after I do a live. And the reason I started doing that was because, make sure I'm sharing this in the right place. I've accidentally shared to the wrong page a few times recently, and I want to make sure I'm going to the right place. Because Facebook actually will delete my videos after about 30 days, so YouTube puts them out there. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and take our collagen while we're letting these set. The under eye patches really help. I've been using them more and more lately to reduce puffiness underneath the eyes and help smooth out some of those fine lines and wrinkles. They come in like this, 30 of them, 30 pairs of them. You can actually put them up here too, down here where we've got wrinkles. Tomorrow's hair and nails day, thank goodness. I actually went way longer than what I normally do. I'm gonna get this warmed up too. I think it's almost time to open a new one of those. All right, let's peel these off. So fall, it feels like fall out there today, you guys. Does it feel like fall where you're at? It's gonna get warm again today, like 78, I think, which they say is like 10 degrees below normal. I believe that because as we've lived here 8 years. There's the last couple of years have been actually kind of fallish in the fall. So I'm going to do a fall fun warm look that's great for those of us that are in my age range. I'm 62. This year on my birthday was in August. And makeup changes throughout the years. Like you can't be wearing the same things that you wore when you were in your 20s. I mean, even if they still make them. Let's be real. I couldn't tell you. I don't think I even wore foundation when I was in my 20s. Yeah. But then when I was in my 30s, I started wearing stuff and things change, products change, but most of all our faces change. Things change. Body shifts. Good coffee, good coffee. All right, so I got the primer on. That's one of the things that I love about setting myself up for having my foundation look the best that it can look is that I make sure that I have a good solid foundation, which really actually starts with skincare. But I'm going to use this palette today. It's going to be a nice fall look. These are the warm tones. And I'm going to grab my Kleenex because, nose. Fall allergies. It's actually all year allergies, so there's that. All right, so the primer, you want it to set for just a little bit before you get started. But I'm going to do my eyes to start with. And I haven't used this palette in like a long time. So I'm going to use this as my transition color. I'm going to use this as my highlight up by my brow. This is going to be in my lid to open up. And then this is going to emphasize the outer edge. You don't have to use all four. If you want to just go in and use one, you can do that. But I'm going to show you what I can do with the four. These are super pigmented, so keep that in mind. That's why I'm kind of tapping some of it off. And I'm going to pull back on the brush because I want it to be a lighter touch. And wherever your brush hits first, that is where the most color will be. And then you just blend it out from there. And I like to come around like this. I was going to say a backwards C. I guess it is kind of a backwards C. We started it's a new to us show last night. And if you guys have watched it, it's been out for a long time. If you guys have watched it, let me know. It's Bosch. It's on Amazon Prime. There's like, I don't know, a bunch of different seasons. And we like those kinds of shows. So we'll see. We're in, I think, episode number 2. If you watched it, let me know. Did you like it? Did you make it through all the seasons? I also started last week. I am a huge NCIS fan. I've been NCIS fan for a long, long time. Tony and Ziva started last week, and I started watching that. And it's okay. It's like, I thought it would be a little bit better, but maybe it's because I'm missing the characters that used to surround them. Anyway, I'm doing a warmer look today. I tend to be on the cool side with like cool tones, pinkish tones, things like that, which I got to cover some of this up today. But occasionally I'll do like a warmish, fallish look just because it's fun. Now I'm in long sleeves right now, but oops, I got to turn the timer off here off my watch because I did a walk this morning. But I haven't decided if we're actually for a morning walk, if I'm going to be able to wear the long sleeves or if I'm going to have to switch to short sleeves, maybe take a sweatshirt and take it off, be able to take it off. All right, I'm going to do the accent color on the outer edge. Tools really do make a difference. So this is an angled shadow brush. You can kind of see how fluffy it is. I'm tapping it in the darkest color, and I'm going to do an angle up from my lower lash line up towards my brow, the end of my brow, and then I'm going to start to blend that in with that transition color. So keep that in mind. If you've got hooded eyes, keep your eyes open so that you can actually see the colors that you have. Mine are slightly hooded. They do cover a bit of my lid. That's what the hooded means. It covers the actual landscape you have on your eye. So I'm still on the fence about Tony and Ziva. I know everybody right now is talking about Unknown Caller, that catfish story. Still talking about it, like blown away by the story itself. And I'm not talking a lot about it. We watched it. We mostly watched it because we're from that area of Michigan, and while we don't know that family or the families that were involved, we know a lot of families in that area, and we know some of the people that were on the documentary. And we knew about what it was happening. We knew it had happened before this was made. So not that we had the inside scoop necessarily, but we kind of did. The other exciting news today, completely off topic. Well, tomorrow's my weigh-in day, so I was a little nervous this morning when I weighed in because the Pillsbury Bake-Off rules dropped today for this year. And I've got this like dessert thingy going on in my brain, and I'm putting it together and in my brain, and I'm going to do a trial run, but I want to read the rules first because the rules can be a little on the crazy side. I was telling my daughter this morning that the last time, and then I entered last time, and I really liked what I entered last time, but whatever. They had you make it and take a picture of it. And that was new because we had never done that before. And so there's that. So I don't want to make it now and then have to take a picture. I want to wait and read all the rules and then make it. But I've been in my mind like playing with it. I know what I'm going to kind of do. And so I'm excited about that. I don't know what the winners get. I don't know any of the things, but it's fun. Something fun to do. Okay. So see how that angles up there and blends in? If you need extra blending, grab a blending brush, which is a big fluffy brush, and blend between the two. I don't want to see like solid line differences, if that makes sense. All right, I'm going to use the shinier one. I'm going to tap a cream shadow brush. If you need some decent brushes, let me know. Either drop I'm rushing things, September in the comments for the look from today, or we can chat about what your needs are. I get discounts, and you will in effect get discounts on everything you order, plus free shipping on even if you only need one thing. That's what I love about my new site. All right, we just dropped some new products. I'm going to use one of them today for sure, maybe two. The two products dropped are a brow gel and a lip balm. Okay, so notice I'm just kind of tapping this. Anytime you have like a shimmery color or a glittery color, You don't want to brush, brush, brush. You want to tap it in place. Now, this one's going to stay a little bit more muted, even though it's starting to show up. I'm adding more and more to it till I get the look I want. But if you really want it to pop immediately, what you want to do is spray it with some setting spray after you load your brush up. And that pretty much sets it and makes it like really stand out more. There we go. We're going to go with that. And then I'm going to grab my highlighter brush. This is a crease brush, which I could have used, and it works really well for those that have hooded eyes as my transition color. It just keeps it a little more compact. Or this is the fluffy crease brush, so you can see the difference. One's bigger than the other. But I'm going to use the regular crease brush to just put a little bit of a highlight from the lightest color that is a matte. And keep it up toward the brow. Now, if you don't like the shimmers at all, like that, you can use this color, the lighter color, as what you have as your open your eye look. And that's what you do with the inner corner, a lighter color. But I like the shiny shimmers. I don't go super bold in your face with them, but I do like them. And I'm going to come back with, nope, I'm going to use one of my cream shadow sticks as my eyeliner. I picked up a brown one to use today. All right, let's get a little bit of setting spray underneath the eyes where I'm going to put the setting mist. And I'm going to tap that underneath my eye, and that's going to help keep my under eye corrector in place. Always swipe this way and use your ring finger because that will help pull up. Okay, so the fall is kind of like the season of renewal, like regenerate. Let's get started again. Can think of it like when you were kids, it was back to school. Obviously, I'm not back to school at this age, but I like to think of fall as like something new. Let's refresh what we've been doing for the summer. Maybe we've gotten a little lax and just kind of restart. All right, I'm just gonna use tiny bit of it. I may have to open a new one soon. Yeah, I'm thinking this one's almost gone. Hopefully I have enough for today. I have one in the drawer, so it was the gift that kept giving. Yeah, this one's finally empty. All right, so I'll open a new one for tomorrow. Or I don't use it every single day, but I am using it today. But what are you doing that in your journey needs a little renewal or new refresh? And how are you going to look at that? Are you going to look at, like, I'm going to just completely start over, or I'm just going to tweak a little bit what I've been doing? I think for me, it's more about a tweak what I've been doing because I've kept off my 110 pounds. It kind of varies here and there. I've been as much as 113 down, but I can't really keep it there because I'm living real life. So 110 pounds is kind of where I've been bouncing around for quite a while. And that's, I don't know. So I'm kind of like tweaking a little bit so I can understand like what kind of treats can I have. Big difference from what I used to do is like I would just eat the treats and whatever. But now it's like I know I want to have them, so I'm going to work them in. Like this recipe that I'm developing for the Pillsbury, I'm going to have to work it in. And I'm going to have to not like eat them all at once. So I'm going to have to freeze some of them so they're not like in my face because I'm in that place where like I gotta have it. All right, a little bit of warmth here. This is a tinted moisturizer, which as we get older, our face needs, if your foundation is starting to look kind of wonky, is it looking cakey? I can help you figure out what's going on with it. It's either you've been using the same foundation for too many years and your face has changed, or you need a little tweak on your skincare underneath because you want to make sure you're hydrated underneath. You want to make sure your body is hydrated. And so your skin can look the best that it can. All right, so this is tinted. I like to tap it in place. Oh, we bought a new vehicle over the weekend. Well, new to us, because we had sold a Buick Enclave that we had to our daughter. And so we were kind of like down a vehicle because we'd gotten used to having that around. And so my husband's been looking, and he didn't really want to go with a newer one, because we have Progressive insurance, and they make you put one of those little, to get a discount, you put one of those plug-in things into your vehicle. And they're kind of irritating. We have one on our brand new vehicle because that's what they require. But after a certain age of vehicle, they don't make you. So my husband was kind of looking at vehicles in that age range. Plus, one of the other vehicles that we have have been using for like pulling a little trailer, and he would take it up hunting, was getting really old, and like a lot of miles and all the things. And it's got like this part that is a pain right now. And so let me make sure I got that blended in good. So somebody had a Cadillac Escalade. Now, highfalutin, it's not. It's a 2006, so it's pretty old. But the mileage was good. I had never even been in a Cadillac Escalade. My dad used to drive Cadillacs a long time ago. And, you know, it is what it is. So I've been in Cadillacs, but I hadn't ever been in Cadillac Escalade. They're big inside, really big. All right, so I got that blended out. I'm gonna come in with some bronzer, cream bronzer stick, because it makes life easy, and it's also very hydrating on my older skin. And I don't do a crazy contour look. I just do a little bit of highlight here and there. It just kind of lifts the face a little bit. There we go. Keeping it warm, keeping it fall-like. If you have any questions on anything that I'm showing you, please do let me know. Just drop September in the comments, and I will connect with you, and we will make sure we get your questions answered and on your way. All right, let's do, oops, I left that up. I'm gonna do Beachy Blush. Because to me, it's more of a fall color. It's got kind of, it says Beachy Blush, but I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush into it and then just tap it into place until I get the color that I want. Now I could have, like I did my bronzer, I could have swiped it right on, but I feel like if you have a darker color, you want to start with a different application process. So that would either be putting it on your hand and then tapping your brush in there, or just tapping your brush directly into it until you get the color you want. Now, if you did just swipe it on and it was too much, come back with your foundation brush and tap over it, and that'll help mute it down a little bit. All right. Always bring it up towards the temple. Yeah, I can't wait to get my hair done tomorrow. Look at all this gray. All right, let's do the under eye liner. Like I said, I'm going to use this brown color. The brown color's name is Perspicacious. I tend to use the cream shadow sticks as my under eye liner, and then just as an outside highlighter, lifting it up. Just enough to give it a look at the difference between the two. Just enough to look at a little bit more alive and awake. And for me, it's offsetting that kind of bronzy brown color and giving it the extra fall look. Notice how, because this side kind of droops down a little bit for me, I lift when I put that eyeliner on the outer edge. And you can use a brush to kind of smooth that out if you want. I'm just going to use my fingertip. So we had to go license the new vehicle because, you know, obviously got it on the weekend. We couldn't do it over that. I'm gonna let that set a little bit. Come back and do some powder. This is a brand new product. These are my brows. And I grabbed medium, but I almost feel like I want to use dark. No, maybe I'll use dark tomorrow after I get my hair colored. Because I usually do like a fallish color in the fall. And my highlights are probably still going to be okay. It might just need to be the roots. But we'll see. Maybe I'll do highlights next month because I'm going to my husband's 40th reunion and I want it to look good. So we might need to touch up a little bit before we do that. All right. I'm kind of on the fence of using that. It just lifts your face up, and this gel has a cool brush on it that allows you to shape your brows, and it helps keep them flattened down a little bit. All right, I think I am going to use the dark. Let's see what we do with 2 colors on there. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I'm liking that. It just shows up a little bit better on me. There's 5 different shades, so we can help you find the best shade for you. But brow gels as we get older are important because it helps keep our brows in place because they get wiry. The other thing it's helping me with is that there's some grays going on in those brows right now because I will get those colored tomorrow when I get my hair colored. So this is actually helping me cover up some of those grays that I have going on right now. So tomorrow morning when I get ready, I will leave all the brow off because that way she can see when she colors them. All right. Yeah, I think I like that. Get this brushed up a little bit, brushing straight up. And then I kind of use the end of the brush to kind of give it a line. And I'm going to come back in with my spoolie after I get these going. After I let it set for a bit. Yep, I'm just going to grab the spoolie from my brow pencil brush. All right, so I need to get some of this set underneath the eyes. I want to make sure, where's my setting? A little bit of setting powder. Now the powder I use is hydrating, so I don't have to worry about it settling in the fine lines and wrinkles. Because, you know, when you're in your 60s, you got them fine lines and wrinkles that are inevitable. So remember, I put that color corrector underneath the eyes. I like to use a fluffy brush to just dip into the setting powder itself and set that under eye powder or under eye corrector. So it doesn't be moving around. I think I ran out. I could have used a little extra right there, but it is what it is. I ran out. I'm gonna have to take care of that. All right, so there's that. Let's put a little bit of the powder on the rest of the face. Put some lips on, put our lashes on, and call it a day. We're gonna go for a walk with the husband. The blue sky's up there. Just a nice fall, warm look, because it's time. We're looking forward to fall. Anyone else? I love the cooler temperature. Good morning. Here it's very warm or cool up there in the mountains this morning. It's 60 something here. I guess I can't see what temp it is right now. 60 something. So just a nice fall warm look to go on the face today. A little extra blush because I need a little extra color going on. Hopefully you're feeling better. Should be back in time for glam today. Tomorrow I will miss my glam girls because I'm going to get the hair colored and cut. This is like 2 months worth of growth. I never go 2 months between cuts because otherwise it just gets really, yeah. All right, let's put a little lipstick on. I'm going to use a splash today. This one's got a warmer color. This is actually going to be the freebie item. So anytime on my site, when you pick up 3 things from Unique, you're going to get a free item. Starting today is a splash liquid lip. I have the feel a little bit dry, but that's okay. And this goes right with the fall colors going on. I think I'm going to have to change out of this long sleeve before I go walking. You don't, when you use a splash, you don't necessarily need a liner because it's an all-day wear. And it does not have a tendency to bleed out like the lips. Lots of different shades. All right, what I am going to do is top it with a little bit of lip balm. Not Spa Day. Just to give it a little shine, a little extra moisture. So lip balm. This one's got a lighter color to it. And that's going to keep them hydrated. You can use this on its own, or you can use it. These also dropped this month. So this color is called Quick Getaway. A darker one is called Sunday Brunch. I use that one a lot too. And the lightest one is called Spa Day. All right, let's get some lashes on, then we're gonna go for a walk. All right, I may have to open a new one of these too, because I noticed yesterday, I actually washed the brush out yesterday, because quick mascara tip, if you are noticing your lash mascara is looking a little bit clumpy, wash the brush out. Let it dry before you put it back in your tube though. But mine was looking a little bit clumpy, and I was thinking, oh, maybe it's getting too old. That's one of the other options, that it's getting a little bit old. All right, this one actually has two sides to the brush. One is a silicone side, and I use this, it's a shorter side to give more volume. And this mascara also helps with lash growth because it's got a growth serum built in. So as you use it, it can help your lashes be longer. Quickest of the fall looks today. If you're just hopping on, say hello. I will post this and you can go watch a replay. If you're watching in replay, let me know. Also, hashtag replay. For just a fall fun look today, warmth. And all right, I need to see which side to side. There's a, like I said, there's a fluffier side, and then there's a not as fluffy side. And because it's got that lash serum in there, start at the base of your lash, give it a little wiggle. That gets the serum going right at the base of the lashes, which is where your lashes grow from. Got to talk to the kids this morning. I think Dexter was wanting to stay home from school. He is not a morning person. He likes to chill out and just do things on his own time. While he loves school when he gets there, it's getting out the door in the morning that's the interesting part. Although, if I recall, his mama was just like that. Did not want to get going in the morning to get out the door to go to school. But once she was there, she loved it. All of her friends were there, and she got to play, and she loved learning. She still loves learning today. She's a teacher, so she got to love learning. All right, let's get that going. I think we're going to call that good. It was 52 when you got up. Oh my. It was definitely well into the 60s when I got up this morning, which is why I put long sleeves on, thinking that's what I'm going to wear for my walk. But I think that it's probably going to still be warm enough to sit outside at lunch. I think it's supposed to get up to like 78 today. And we're not supposed to get rain for several days, so, which is a good thing because we've been watching one of the storms, and it's kind of dissipated because of sand coming off of Africa, I guess. All right, this is the fall warm look for today. We're going to call that good. And if you have any questions on anything you saw, please let me know. What are you doing today to refresh and renew? So I've kind of like a quote. It's like, fall is going to bring new color to the world because the leaves changing. I just love that part of it. We can also bring warmth to the looks that we choose for our day. It's not about changing who you are, but just kind of enhancing what you have already going on. And that's what I like to do for everyone, is to help find their best confidence boosting look. And There we go. And find the warmth in the day. So go out there today, find some warmth in the day, and enjoy everything about the day that you can. Have a good one. We will see you guys next time. Bye.